The Idea Collective Retreat is coming in November, and we're bringing together small business owners from all around the country and really the world for 3 days at the Grand Geneva Resort in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Mel Robbins is our virtual keynote speaker. Jesse Cole, who's changing the sports marketing landscape of the Savannah Bananas, he's coming in as well. Over 20 other speakers and presenters on stage. It's going to be a great weekend, and it would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. And one of our biggest partners and sponsors is here with us today, Cheryl Litvin of First Associated Insurance. Cheryl, it's so great to see you. How have you been?
I have been wonderful. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to partner with you.
Well, I'm excited that you are because I think we're going to have I'm excited that you are because I think we're going to have just a little bit of fun. And as we talk about what the retreat is, I also want to talk about what First Associated does for small business owners. So let's just get it out there. How do you help small business owners with First Associated Insurance?
I kind of consider myself the Cliff Notes of insurance. My entire goal for a business owner, actually any person, is to understand what they're purchasing. Insurance is super complicated. You need it. You have no idea what it does. The only time you figure out what you have, unfortunately, is during a claim. And most of the time, things go a little sideways. So it's my goal to be upfront, to look at the claim first and then backtrack it, reverse engineer it. So you're covered today and you understand what you have today versus tomorrow.
Is there anything more important that we buy that we know less about than business insurance? Because we have to have it, but no one understands it.
Right. And it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it does. And in your experience, as you explain it to people, I know you mentioned it, but let's put some meat on those bones. You've had clients that woke up with a problem and realized they weren't covered enough. What is that like, and how do they feel when that happens?
I'm going to make it super personal. Gratefully, that has not happened to any of my customers, but it has happened to me. Our agency has been in our business or in our life forever. I'm the fourth generation insurance agent, and in our family, I'm a military spouse. So every time we moved, we would purchase houses, and I would show my parents, and my dad would tell me, this, and this, but nothing's ever going to happen, right? Until it happens. And our house got hit by a tornado, just a little old EF4 tornado. And it was a nightmare. And I was grateful I had my dad's experience, although he couldn't help me because he wasn't my insurance agent, but he could at least guide me through the things I needed to ask. And that's really where the magic happens with your agents.
A lot of people sell insurance. How do you do it differently? How do you make sure that you're serving your clients the best way that you can?
You have to ask questions. You have to be able to drop yourself into their business or home or whatnot and really follow the money. Instead of being an order taker, there's a lot of order takers out there. I need a general liability policy. Okay, here you go. Well, you really have to ask the questions, get into the nitty gritty, and then do the right thing. And then at proposal time, you can say, hey, did you think about this? Did you think about that? And more often than not, I'm like, I never knew that was a thing. So then my job is done.
And that's where people get in trouble when they didn't realize they needed something. Are there any areas in general that business owners tend to overlook where they're really exposed and don't realize it?
Errors and omissions, and they're also called professional policies. Almost every industry, most people think it's for insurance agents, doctors, lawyers, realtors. There's pretty much an errors and omissions professional policy for any kind of industry that we have. Those are like, the best way I can explain it is a general liability policy protects me from you, but who's protecting you from me? So that's what those policies are, is protecting you and your business and your liability from the decisions and coaching and consulting that you do. And it's not just, it's for everybody.
Another thing you do differently, and it's almost weird, and I mean that as a compliment, You always seem like you're having so much fun. Is that by design?
I am a nerd. I love the details. I love figuring out, you know, different, you could say that, it doesn't matter if you're a one-person shop or, a multi-state global company, your problems are the same. It's like that figuring out process that's super fun. Makes me
And
happy.
and you enjoy that part. You like
And I
getting down
enjoy
to the
that part.
nitty-gritty.
That's my favorite part.
Well, and I would imagine if someone's having fun talking with you about insurance, they may feel less, I don't know, anxiety about calling you if they have a question, not feeling like you're just going to try and sell them something. If you're fun to contact, people would talk to you more often.
That is true. I have a lot of contact with my clients. I'll happily answer questions, for non-clients. It's, I think I have a knack of being able to explain things in a way that people understand.
You're definitely providing a service that people need, and your support for the Idea Collective Retreat is frankly making it possible. So why are you involved? Why is it important for First Associated to help the Idea Collective Retreat be a success?
Couple reasons. A, you had me at Mel Robbins. B, I then heard the second, Jesse Cole keynote speaker, and I'm like, oh, I need to read his book. And his book was amazing. And he actually talks about insurance in there and like how to make it different and stuff. I'm like, oh, I can apply this. But really, out of all of those cool, like shiny things, it's going to be the connections. Like we being with people, having those hallway conversations, just be surrounding by, knowledge and the conversations is what I'm most excited about.
And I think you're
There's
right.
going to be magic there.
I think you're right. There is going to be magic in those hallways and those conversations that aren't inside a session. Those are going to be the ones that we all remember and tell other people about. That
Yep.
Friday night after dinner, we laughed until we cried, or Saturday morning, it was early, but we walked through the woods and had a breakthrough, or whatever it might be. I just have a feeling that all of those off script times are going to be the really memorable parts. Well, I said it before, we couldn't do it without you. I'm so grateful to have you and First Associated on board. If you want to know more about how Cheryl makes insurance protecting you and makes it fun, go to firstassociated.com to learn more. Cheryl Litvin, I can't wait to see you at the retreat. Thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thank you for having us. I'm super excited.